back to the Accurate Raptor YouTube channel. Today I'm mostly just going to be discussing my opinions on what Ark could have kind of done better, with the game. It's already, probably one of my top 3 favorite games that I play. It's, a lot of fun. I play with friends sometimes. I really like, the core aspects of the game, dinosaurs, survival, the whole gist. And, basically today I'm going to be discussing things like, tether distance, kind of variety in tames, and other things like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get straight into it. So, the first thing that I think they could have done better is, so, for those of you that don't play Ark, whenever you're playing with multiple people, on a non-dedicated or a single-player server, you have a, this invisible kind of, like, all guest players are bound to the host player by a tether, meaning if they go too far away, they'll start getting dragged toward the host player, and if they continue going further, then they will get teleported straight to them. And so there's a setting to extend kind of the radius in which the guest players can go, but something I think they could have done that would have made the game a lot more fun is if they could have just made a setting to completely turn off the tether, because then you wouldn't have that kind of annoying feeling of you're kind of stuck within wherever the host player wants to go. And I think that would, I've got a friend who is kind of, turned a little bit away from Ark because of the whole tether distance thing. And so, the next topic I wanted to get into was, tame variety. So, an issue that I personally take up with Ark is that, there's a lot, there is already a very wide variety of things that you can tame, but there's 3 kind of, different classes. There's the air, the land, and the sea. And then there are a few tames that can do, 2 of them, some, I guess you could consider Maywing one that can do all 3. But that's more of a glide than it is full flight. I'm trying to think of something that can fly, be on the ground and go underwater. Bloodstalkers are, they don't fly, but they are basically Spider-Man. So, that's good enough. But, overall, I want, I also want, so the ocean is, very high risk, very dangerous. I want a little bit more of a reward going in there, because overall, yeah, you can get silica pearls and you can get high-level tames and such, but I can also get those just from staying, out of the oceans and toward the mainland, kind of on Fjordur, because there are areas to get silica pearls within the islands. And I get that there are underwater caves that are, completely necessary to go and beat the game to get those artifacts. And there are a lot of, abundant underwater resources that you can also find on land, like oil and such. But oil is, mostly underwater. And then I want something like a, I don't really know how to put it, but I want just a much greater reward for the risk. Because, there are some areas of the ocean where you're taking on, alpha mosas and shit. And so, I would prefer something a little bit better. Alright. So, I think my next topic is going to be, I want kind of more of a, so I think my next topic is probably going to be, I want better builds for some of the creatures. I know they're going to be getting that with Ark 2 this year, but overall, I think a better build for some of the creatures in the game, like the wyverns. I've seen some of the concepts that were proposed for what the wyverns were going to look like, and I think that those kind of look a little bit better than what we've got. The Rexes definitely could look a lot better. They're kind of derpy. Baryonyx is pretty derpy. I think Spinosaurus could be a little bit better. So overall, there are quite a few different creatures who I think could get better looks to them. I think my next topic is going to be there are some creatures whose abilities that their abilities that they have that should be in the game but aren't. So I think one of the main the main suspects of this is the Aranio, the giant spider that's in the caves. Because whenever you tame it, you can't climb walls, you can't do any of that, which I think is kind of stupid because it's a spider and you're meant to be able to do that. But overall, they're trying to think of another creature that I want to have some abilities that it doesn't currently have in the game. There are a lot of creatures that just feel like reskins of other creatures like Allosaurus and Carnotaurus. They feel very similar, that they're like a medium carnivore. They both do bleed damage. I mean, overall, there's just not much variety in abilities, but they've been fixing that with, these more recent updates and such. Like, there's the Carcharodontosaurus, which is absolutely amazing. It's it's basically like a Giga, but it's meaner. It has a much better bleed effect. I love the bloodlust or whatever it's called. And I mean, I like the Wyvern's ability. As you can see, I'm on a lightning Wyvern right now, but I think they could have done more with the Wyverns. I don't know what they could have done, but they could have done more. Because it's the Wyvern is basically just like almost like the primitive version of a jet, like a modern day jet fighter. Because they fly around, they're fast, they're powerful, and there's not much else in the sky that can step to them. And then I want kind of more variety of Wyverns. I want, like, with the Lightning Wyvern, you only have one ability with it, and that's to, shoot just a beam of lightning for a short amount of time. I want maybe, like, a shorter range attack and extend the range of the attack it already has. With Fire Wyverns, I love that Fire Breath that they have, but I wish that they could kind of shoot a fireball, almost like the Poison Wyvern. And I want the reverse for the Poison Wyvern, where it could do like a shorter range kind of acid spit almost, and it keeps the ability to shoot that long range ball of I guess acid or poison or whatever it is. And Ice Wyverns, I mean, they're already like the worst Wyverns in the game, so they of course need maybe a TLC update where they get, I don't know, maybe tankier health because they've got the armor from the ice or whatever. But I think that there are some Wyverns that should get some perks, other Wyverns that should get other perks. Like maybe the Lightning Wyvern could get like a short-ranged kind of area of effect, like electricity shockwave maybe or something. I think that would be cool. That might just be me. And I have no idea where I'm going with this. I'm probably gonna move on to my next topic, which is okay, maybe that was all of them. Hold on. I'm trying to think. I'm really just doing this video on the spot to get up to a safe point where I can think in peace. Oh yeah, no, there are a lot of bug fixes that they could do, with graphical issues. I've had some instances where, like when I first played on Fjordur, there was a glitch where my progress was completely deleted. I had to restart. Thankfully, I hadn't really done anything. I'd only tamed like a Parasaur and a Dillo, and then I restarted it and I was exploring, and then I saw like myself on the previous save. It was so weird, but I saw the Parasaur, the Dillo, and I saw myself, or like the character that I was on my previous save. And I went back and I checked to see if I could load from that save, and I couldn't. So it was really weird. I didn't understand it. Maybe they've already fixed that bug by now. They probably have. I also want more like mammalian creatures. I want more mammals because they've definitely got a decent variety, but I really want more like big cats, but you know, rideable, kind of like the saber-tooth, maybe a little bit bigger, maybe closer to Thylacoleo size. I like the concept of the Paracer, where it's just this big, tanky, like almost like a transport vehicle. There's the Phiomia, which produces, you know, poop a lot, which in turn gets you a lot of fertilizer. And I mean, there's so many different, you know, mammals for so many different things. The Thylacoleo is a great ambush predator because it can climb trees. You know, it's powerful. I mean, a high enough level Thylacoleo can take on a Rex, and I think that's a feat within itself. But I want like a larger carnivorous mammal. I can't really list anything off the top of my head, but I mean, you know, I think that would just be cool. And I think this is probably going to be my final topic, but I really want more crocodilians. So the Sarco is amazing, and if I've played Arc editions before, and the Deinosuchus on there was like the perfect example of something that I wanted added to the game. And, you know, I think that would just be absolutely amazing, having a Deinosuchus in Arc, like vanilla Arc, so that everybody could get access to it. And just overall, I think that would be great. Maybe like something like a Postosuchus would be fun as well. I think a Postosuchus could definitely be a fun addition, or maybe a Caprosuchus. I think that would be pretty cool as well. But overall, I think that just, you know, these are some of the topics that, or some of the things that I think Arc could have done better. Maybe tell me what you think in the comments. Maybe you could express your opinion. Maybe you think I'm stupid. But, you know, that's what this platform is for. You know, you can express your opinions. And if you enjoyed this video or you agree with any of the points, you can like, and I think it would, you know, be a really huge help if you subscribed. And I think that'll be all. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you